Hello, welcome to episode 7 of Songs from the Room at the Bottom of the Garden. It's a sunny day here in sunny Southampton. The sky is blue. It poured with rain yesterday, but today is amazing. But Kevin the Blackbird isn't singing. Perhaps he has special projects he has to work on. Anyway, now that we got to episode 7, that means that there's about 30 of the songs I normally play have gone. So I've dug deep into my song basket, and there's some slightly strange songs and some that I'd forgotten about that are actually quite good. I think they're probably all quite good, but some of them are pretty strange. So this is a very short song. I went through a phase of writing 1-minute songs because I used to play at an open mic and you could play for 10 minutes. So if you had some 1-minute songs, then you could fit 3 songs in instead of 2. This is called The Best Roses in Paris. Since her husband disappeared, she seems happier, and she grows the best roses in Paris. The police didn't bother to find him. She said he left with his mistress, but they didn't get along too well. She pushed him too hard, he fell and died. So she buried him in the rose garden. And he grows the best roses in Paris. So that was the best roses in Paris. I think that's Tyson barking next door, but it might be a different dog. Tyson is the dog that lives next door. So this one is called Do You Care Enough to Fail? And it's a good question to ask if there's something you're afraid of doing. See someone you like and you're tongue-tied, knotted up inside, it's so hard to say hello. There's always a chance of rejection when you meet someone new, but sometimes you've got to try. When you're feeling scared deep down, do you care enough to fail? Unless you do, you won't do anything new. It's just evolution trying to protect you from saber-toothed tigers. They don't come to the city much these days. tell yourself that it's not worth even trying, that's the time you should be doing something brave. Do you care enough to fail, even when you're feeling scared deep down? Do you care enough to fail? Unless you do, you won't do anything new. Someone you love, someone you care for, someone to share with, you know this is the one. But you remember before when it didn't work out, and start to wonder, should I give it all now? Do you care enough to fail, even when you're feeling petrified? Do you care enough to fail? Unless you do, you won't do anything new. Just evolution trying to protect you from saber-toothed tigers. They don't come to the city much these days. When you tell yourself that it's not worth even trying, that's the time you could be doing something brave. When you're feeling scared deep down, do you care enough to fail? Unless you do, you won't do anything new. That was Do You Care Enough to Fail? And I'll just check my E string. I put on some new strings yesterday, especially so that you would have nice new strings to listen to. The only slight snag with new strings is they can go out of tune a little bit faster than when they're properly worked in. But the big advantage is they sound kind of zingy, and zingy is always good. So this next song, probably when you did English at school, one of the books you did was called Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, and it's about a man who wakes up one morning and finds he's turned into a beetle. And I was wondering how that would actually work out. All these people who say they'll love us regardless of what happens. If we turned into a beetle, maybe not so much, who knows? Might be pleasantly surprised. If I turned in... Let's try the other one. Ah, that's the other one, yeah, okay. tells his life. If I turned into a beetle, would you still need me? Would you still feed me? Would you still love me? If I turned into a beetle, would I be your guilty secret? Would you hide me from your friends? Would you still love me? We expected everlasting. We promised unconditional. We packaged up our hopes and dreams in a box. We called us when we said it would be forever. We weren't expecting this. If I turned into a beetle, would you pretend it wasn't true? Expect the world to blame you? Would you still love me? If I turned into a beetle, might be strange at the start. Would your world be torn apart? Would you still love me? If I committed a really big crime, would you visit me inside? If my sexuality shifted, would it shock you? Try that again. If I committed a really big crime, would you visit me inside? If my sexuality shifted, would it shock you? When I get old, will I still appeal, or will I appall you? How many changes will it take till you're no longer by my side? If you turned into a beetle, I would still need you. I would still feed you. I would still love you. If you turned into a beetle, it would take some getting used to. Couldn't do the things we used to do. But I know, with no shadow of a doubt, we could work it out together. I haven't played that for quite a long time, so sorry about the occasional lyric misses, but there we go. That was If I Turn Into a Beetle. This next song is called... My technology isn't working very well, but I've got the hang of it now. Ah, that's good. Right. This is called You Only See the Sun When It Goes Away. Running around, busy with the day, paying the bills, playing with new friends. No time to slow down, no time to notice. Is this how it ends? Then the sun sets, and I'm staring at the night, and the shadows that were hiding from the light. Only when the sun goes down do I see what I missed in the day. Only notice the sun when it goes away. give our new friends more attention than the people we've known half our lives. When do they become invisible and we stop seeing with our eyes? Then the sun sets, I'm staring at the night and the shadows that were hiding from the light. Only when the sun goes down do I see what I missed in the day. Only notice the sun when it goes away. I take you for granted sometimes, take you for granted sometimes. Only when you were away did I see you clearly. I thought I'd lost you, and I nearly did this time. Then the sun sets, I'm staring at the night and the shadows that were hiding from the light. Only when the sun goes down do I see what I missed in the day. Only notice the sun when it goes away. So this is the last song today, unless anybody jumps in with a request. I'll do my best to play. I think I've got a hang of technology now. My pad was leaning against the back of the computer, which meant that nothing was working because it thought I had my finger on it all the time. But that is now resolved. Right, this is called Sheep Day, and the idea of this is that we spend most of our time busy, staring at our pads and all those sort of things, and it's only when we go on holiday in a different environment we actually spend time with each other. So we sometimes have those, we just have a whole day where we don't look at any technology, and sometimes it's called a Paris day, sometimes it's called a Mykonos day, sometimes it's just called Sheep Day, just for the heck of it. Weekend was too short, let's call Monday Sheep Day. Let's stay at home and count the fluffy things in life. We can eat chocolate and drink whatever we like, 'cause on Sheep Day calories don't count. Sheep Day is the day to say I love you and pretend that we only met last night. Normal rules don't count on Sheep Day. It's a chance to make everything alright. Put the phone aside, turn off the computer, spend a day communing communicating without text. We can play games and talk to each other. On Sheep Day, the outside world doesn't exist. Sheep Day is the day to say I love you and pretend that we only met last night. Normal rules don't count on Sheep Day. It's a chance to make everything alright. It's so easy to get caught up in stuff that doesn't matter and forget about the ones you love. Treat work and technology as higher priorities than the people that share your life. Sheep Day is the day to say I love you and pretend that we only met last night. Normal rules don't count on Sheep Day. It's a chance to make everything alright. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I shall do my best to make sure that the technology works properly next time, but it's been nice anyway. Same time next Sunday probably. I'll put a message up on Facebook, but thanks for watching. If you're watching live or whether you're watching later, leave a comment if there's something you want me to play next time. Cheerio.